Hello Glamour Ghouls and welcome back. If you are new here, which I have a feeling some of you are, my name is Midge Munster and on this channel we do all things campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. The reason that I feel we might have quite a few new faces around here today is because I can't even say it out loud. This is a collaboration video between myself and Rachel Maksy. For those of you who have been around here for a long time, like 8 years, a long time, back in my adventures in vintage days, you probably know that Rachel was the reason that I started doing YouTube in the first place. So to sit here 8 years later and not only have her aware of who I am, but to be working together is like one of the most surreal and fantastic experiences that I've had to date as a YouTuber. If by some chance you are one of my viewers and you are not familiar with Rachel, let's fix that. Rachel is an artist, a cosplayer, a maker. She is hilarious and fun and cozy. She is not exclusively a Halloween creator, but she is definitely one of us. She always does at least 2 like elaborate Halloween videos every year. Plus she also has been doing 13 days of Maxoween for the last I don't know, 6-7 years, something to that effect, and does all these amazing costumes. So that being said, if you like my channel, you will love her content. Go head over there, subscribe if you're not already, follow her on Instagram, check out her Patreon, and when you're done here, be sure to go check out her channel for her half of this video collaboration. So what are we doing? When we first started chatting about collabing, we started throwing around some different ideas, some prompts, and eventually I was like, you know what is a big deal this year and we both love? Beetlejuice. So we both agreed to make something we could wear that is from somewhere within the world of Beetlejuice. And coincidentally, this ended up working out really well for me because I have a costume party to go to next week. My friend CJ throws these absolutely insane Halloween parties. My friends Devin and Andrew have been going for several years, but I just went for the first time last year, and y'all, let me tell you something. I have not, since I was a child, been to a Halloween party where every single person is like dressed up. And I'm not talking like cat ears, Halloween mask. I'm talking like top to tail, full realized costumes. It was so cool and fun and crazy. And there's always a theme. And this year, CJ told me that the theme is Beetlejuice, which is so great, except now we have my favorite movie of all time and a Halloween party where everybody else will be dressed at a 10. And you all know, like, both the expectation of myself and the expectation from other people is that I will be the most dressed person in the room. So normally I would be at a 10, but if everybody else is already at a 10, I gotta be at like a 15 minimum. So today we're going to make my costume for CJ's party. It is going to be absolutely unhinged, so stupid and funny, and possibly impossible for me to move around in. So we've got a lot of work to do. Let's get talking about our plan, but before we do, here's a quick word from today's sponsor.
My mother buys mattresses in hell!
Don't worry, Reagan. This isn't possession. It's sleep deprivation. You've been sleeping on a subpar mattress, and I'm here to fix it.
In order to face my demons, I need support, comfort, and durability. You can't save me.
Actually, I can. See, your old mattress has been twisting your spine like a pretzel. It won't be easy to get you some good rest, but luckily, I've got a Titan on my side. A Titan mattress, that is.
A Titan mattress?
Precisely. A king-size Titan Plus Luxe, to be exact. Yeah, this mattress designed especially for plus-size Pazuzus and big and tall Beelzebubs has additional layers for a plush feel while offering you comfort and support right where you need it. With a blend of high-quality foam and heavy-duty coils, this mattress was designed for the big, the tall, and the powerfully strong.
The power of your points compel me, but Your mattress could never withstand me.
Not to worry, from pea soup to violent thrashing, Titan has you covered with the most durable and sag-free materials.
I had no idea something like that even existed.
My head is spinning.
Not anymore, it isn't. Titan mattresses offer both comfort and support to keep you from tossing and turning all night. And within the US, it's shipped free right to your door in an easy-to-maneuver box, so you don't have to worry about taking a tumble down the stairs while you're getting it where it's going. Here, let me show you how it works. Cast you out, uncomfortable mattress! Tired of feeling possessed by your old mattress? Try one of Titan's 3 options, the Titan Plus, the Titan Plus Luxe, or the Titan Elite, and exercise your bad sleep for good.
That is heavenly. And am I chilly?
Yeah, that'd be Titan's Glaciotech cooling technology upgrade. The Cooltech fibers remove excess heat from your sleep surface, keeps you so comfortable even the fires of hell couldn't wake you.
I feel great, but how will we know if the Restorsism worked?
Well, Reagan, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can tell you, you already look much better. But if you have any issues, just give me a call. Your Titan mattress comes with a 120-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty.
Thanks, Restorsist.
Don't thank me, kid. Thank Titan. Titan, the power of good sleep compels you. When you're ready for your restorsism, check out titanmattress.com/Midge Munster or click the link in the description box below to get 30% off your order with code Midge Munster. So let's talk a little bit about costume concept. Those of you who know me know I love a deep cut. I don't want to be the 12th Lydia Dietz in the room. There's nothing wrong with that, but I want to be something weird. So I circled through quite a few different ideas when first thinking about this costume, and then I was getting my hair done, and my hairdresser, Alicia, is also a huge Beetlejuice fan. And because we obviously dye my hair red, she made a comment about like, why don't you do one of the Dante's Inferno girls? And I was really excited by that idea because that's like my favorite scene in the movie, which, it's very iconic, but it is kind of like, it's a throwaway scene. However, it's very like bold and graphic and iconic, and you recognize it immediately as being Beetlejuice. And then her and I were chatting about it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I love that idea. I just don't know that it's like enough. And she had been working on a wig earlier that day, and she was like, well, what if you got 2 wig heads and put them on your shoulders so that you were all 3 Dante's Inferno girls? And I said, now we're talking. But of course, I couldn't stop there either. Earlier that same day, I had seen a video posted by a local Kansas City burlesque performer by the name of Cater Tot, and they had shared this video of them doing like a sexy like flapper dance with this skeleton puppet. And this apparatus is the same as if you've ever seen that video of like the Queen of Hearts from the theater performance of Alice in Wonderland, or the like dancing Santas in Milan. So I've seen this technique in action a couple of times, and it's really cool and fun, and I'm gonna do it. I'm so excited about this. I have a like pile of materials ready to go. We are gonna make a few tweaks to the like apparatus itself just to make it a little more interesting and not like distracting from what's happening. People usually just use like black poles, and I feel like we can improve upon that. But before we can do anything else, we need to make the other 2 girls. So let's get started on that. So first things first, we gotta do their like bodies, their skin. And if you look at reference images from the movie, they're kind of, I think they're blue. They look like they're blue. That's what we're going to assume for the purposes of this project. So I bought myself some tights that are not reading quite the color on camera that they actually are, but they're like a tealy blue for my legs. And what I could not find was anything similar to these to use for the dolls. Now, could we have technically used these tights also for their legs? Yes, but I really wanted something that would like give the full body without having to like work too hard to assemble pieces. So what we have instead is a couple of white full-sized morph suits. without the heads, just like collared, but they have full hands, full feet. And we've got some Rit dye more, which is specifically made for dyeing polyester and things that don't typically hold dye well. And I think with this, we're gonna get pretty darn tootin' close to this color, hopefully. While we're at the dye bath, the other decision we need to make is about my outfit. So these are the 2 red leotards that I got for the girls, but that did not come in a plus size. So I got myself 2 different leotards, assuming that one of them at least would not fit, probably neither of them, but turns out they both fit. So we get to pick what we want to do here. So we have this one that has like a round neckline. These 2 are like V-neck. I don't know if you can see that. So it's not the same shape and it's a slightly different shade of red, but not bad. But the other option is the exact same leotard as the other 2 in white that we could also dye red. I don't see that this has a tag in it to tell me what it's made of, but this feels a lot more like cotton. The other one is spandex. Yeah, 95% cotton. Not bad for dyeing. Again, also fairly inexpensive, so if we dyed it and it didn't go, but I like the V-neck more for the ornamentation that we're gonna add to these. So I think while we're dyeing things, I'm gonna try to dye this same shade of red. Okay, let's see how it goes. So first we're going to work on the jumpsuits because they are synthetic, and this is very important. If you're using this Rit dye more, which is for synthetics, if you're using this on like polyester or anything like that that is fully synthetic, you have to do the stove method. You cannot put it in your sink or your washing machine or whatever other dye methods are out there, because in order for it to permeate a synthetic fabric, it has to be at a near boiling temperature the entire time. The other really important piece of this is, and this is extremely important, are you listening? Are you sure? You have to have a dye pot, as in a pot specifically for dyeing that you're never gonna cook food in. Don't cook food in this pot. Don't do it. I'll find out. So once we've got our water at about 200 degrees, yeah, that'll get us where we're going. We're gonna add our dye. This is tropical teal. Gonna stir that up, and then we're gonna add a little squeeze of dish soap to help it bond. Stir that again. Let's look at this color. Ooh, that's pretty dark. Probably should have added half the bottle first. Yeah, that's interesting. That's gonna be too dark. Okay, so here's the deal. I lightened it up by putting more water in it. And even with that, it's not even about the lightness or darkness anymore. It's about the fact that it's blue. And I know obviously it dries lighter than this, but like that is not anywhere in this color family. You know, like that's like blue, and this is like green blue. Like, here's my tights. Here's that color. This is the perfect color. I don't want to risk it. I can very easily get new dye. I cannot very easily get new morph suits, because I can just guarantee. I watched a couple videos online too of people using this tropical teal and what their results look like, and I was like, that's not teal. I feel like teal by nature has green in it. Okay, so I did some research and I found this other peacock green, and the result pictures look, I think, more like what we're going for. So I might get a bottle of the peacock green and maybe a little bit of the tropical teal if I want to like blue it out. If it's too green, like I can mix those to the perfect ratio. Point being, I'm not going to do this. I almost was like, it's fine, but like, no, we've come this far. I want it to be perfect. We're not going to do this. We are going to do the red, which we can do in the sink. So join me over here. Okay, now for the sink method, we get a little bit of a break because we can do it right in here, which is nice. Since this is mostly cotton, we're going to add a cup of salt. Stir that up. And again, just a pinch of dish soap. For this one, I've got Red Scarlet. And, oh, that one didn't have a seal on it. Interesting. I forgot to mention too, I pre-washed the leotard and the jumpsuits. And then you should dampen them a little bit before putting them in the dye bath as well. Baby, there's a shark in the water. It's going in. Ooh. You want to stir pretty gently and consistently for the first 10 minutes because that's what's going to keep you from getting weird, like splotchy areas. Ooh. It's looking good. I think that's going to be a decent match because, as we know, this is going to be darker in the dye bath than it will be when we actually pull it out, rinse it, and dry it. Okay, I just pulled the dyed leotard out of the wash and I had to come be a nerd for a second. So this is the one that we bought red. It's literally the exact same color. I'm so excited. It looked a little dark when it came out of the dye bath and I was worried, but it's perfect. I'm so, yes, it worked. I'm ecstatic. Okay, that's all for tonight. I'm gonna get up really early tomorrow and go get different dye for the jumpsuits and we'll start working on that. See you then. Good morning, back at it again. So we have the actual, hopefully, dye that we need. I don't remember if I got footage last night of this, but RIT has a really cool thing like on their website where you can scroll through like all these different color formulas and make basically any color you could dream of. And it tells you what proportions of things to use. So the color that I think is going to be what we're looking for is this fire glass teal. Let me get my tights. It's hard to tell on your, like on the camera because the lighting from my phone makes it weird. But in person, these look very, very similar. And this says that it's a 3/4 cup of the tropical teal, which we used, and then a tablespoon of peacock green. I'm still nervous about using that much tropical teal. It was so blue. Why was it so blue? I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of the teal to start because it looks so blue. I'm not trying to tell RIT how to do their job. I'm just saying that I don't think they're telling me the truth. I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of the peacock green. Well, let's start with that much and we'll see. I've learned from last time's mistakes in that we gotta mix dye in slowly so we can tweak the color if it's not right. See, they are such liars. Look how blue that is. That looks like Powerade. We're doing it, baby. We're putting peacock green. I'm going 50-50, honestly. Okay, that's definitely better. It's more green. I think it can be even more green. I'm in the business of making it as green as possible. RIT is not giving peacock enough credit. I think peacock is more teal than tropical teal. Okay, I can already see like on the foam at the top of this pot that this is more what we were going for. All right, there we go. That's what we're working with. I think that's pretty perfect. We're definitely at least in the same color family now, and of course it'll dry a little lighter. We've got our damp jumpsuits. We've got our hopefully correct color. I feel confident. Here goes nothing. Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Am I mostly telling myself that? Yeah. Oh, there's so much fabric and it's just taken on a life of its own. We might have to do these jumpsuits one at a time. Once again, we're gonna stir constantly for 10 minutes and I will see you on the other side. Okay, well, the good news is the dye bath took. The bad news is it's green. I mean, this is our test sample from earlier with the paper towel. And those are like not even kind of the same color. What's crazy is that when I was like wringing it out is the dye that was coming out of it was bright blue. So I don't know if the green is just permeating better. I don't know if that's a terrible idea, but I feel like I need to add more blue to the dye bath before I do the second one and try to get it right. And then if we need to do like a second bath on both of these in the blue, maybe we do that. We're gonna add some more blue to it. See what happens. At this point, I feel like I'm just playing Russian roulette with Rit dye. Definitely looks more blue. Okay. Round 2. Here's hoping. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Y'all remember Out of the Box? That show slapped. Anyway, these are washed and dried. And let me tell you, oh no, they are both wrong in different ways. Once they were washed and dried, they're a lot more like pastel colored than was my intention. As a reminder, here's my tights. Here's these. I will say at least like we're all in the same color family. I honestly think I'm at a point with it where I'm just like, people have different skin tones. Corpses probably do too. I think it's fine. I think it's fine if they're all like slightly different. Even in the movie, if you look at them, they're all like, hairstyles are a little bit different. Like they're not 3 identical girls. So the next step is to make some puppets. We're gonna fill these with polyfill, which is why I'm sitting on a 10-pound box of polyfill. Oh my God, I accidentally punctured the plastic with my nail and it's like expanding inside the box. Oh my gosh, I don't want it to pop. Ah, it's so scary. This is the weirdest thing I've done in a minute. They're definitely gonna be like a little lumpy bumpy. That's okay. We're all a little lumpy bumpy.
Whoa, my love, my darling, I've hungered for.
Doing the fingers specifically is giving me like a visceral Build-A-Bear memory of like that, you know, the tube they like shove in all the appendages to stuff the bears. That's what this feels like. Oh my gosh, you know what I just realized that I didn't even think of? We gotta get these girls some press-ons. I really like, I don't know, the more volume this gets, the more it feels like I'm like violating her privacy. I'm sorry, I have to put the stuffing in your hand. I'm so sorry. It feels very intimate. Okay, so I got one of the girls stuffed. And honestly, it looks really good. I mean, it looks horrible and cursed, but it looks good. But what I did discover through that process is that I think I need to like stuff the morph suits to an extent and then get them in the leotards and then adjust the stuffing accordingly so that it's like full in the right places. I did go out and grab some press-on nails and I got styrofoam like half spheres for chest filling just to help make the shape of boobies a little better, because the leotard and the morph suit are spandex and polyester, so they kind of like mash the stuffing down. So I need something a little more rigid like styrofoam to hold the shape of some of their curves and things. But that being said, I think I'm gonna start adorning the leotards the way that I want them decorated. So that way I can get them on the body, and once they're on there, like keep them on the body and adjust as needed. So I've got some really cute trim that I think is pretty close to what we're working with on the screen version. So it's like a white and silver braided sequiny trim. And I mean, I'm basing this right off the reference image. So theirs kind of goes around the V of the neck in a straight line down the stomach, and then they have a fringe kind of little skirt thing around their hips, and then we're also going to put this little trim around the cuffs of the sleeves. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Eee! There's something about this that's like reminding me of dance costumes and stuff I had as a little girl. It's making me very like giddy. Okay, I'm going to bring you over here while I do this, and we'll get them all jazzed up. I'm in jammies now. But we have our cursed body. And I just finished one of our cute little outfits. It's so cute. So we're gonna get her dressed and see what needs to happen shape-wise to the body. Yeah, nope. Earlier I lied. This is definitely the weirdest thing I've done for you too. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, making something scary. This is like the kind of activity I imagine like a serial killer sits at home alone doing. Just shoving my stuffed arms in my pretty outfit. Listen, is it just me, or are the Dante's Inferno girlies extremely Chapel Roan core? H-O-T-T-O-G-O, you can take me hard to go. We need our own, like, I-N-F-E-R-N-O. Take me to a Dante show. Okay, let's get serious. Get serious, guys. Focus. God, I can't believe you would stoop so low as to distracting me with Chapel Roan when we have important work to do. The good news is something's definitely happening here. This is looking like something. So we definitely do need some like shaping here. Oh yeah. Much better. Now she's not a Dante's Inferno girl. She's a Dante's Inferno woman. It's definitely already a lot better, just as far as like creating not just a obvious like doll body, but giving her like a waist shape, definitive chest. I think I'm gonna, now that we've got the leotard on and we can see kind of where things are sitting, I'm gonna go in and stuff some areas a little bit fuller, like some of these arm areas are a little hollow. I think she could use a little more stuffing in the waist. But overall, I'm really psyched about how this is coming together.
Can you keep a secret? I did also get some press-on nails while I was out, so we're gonna give her a manicure too. And while our Inferno girl is getting her manicure, let's check in and see how Rachel's doing. Start spreading the news. Good morrow. So I got up early this morning and did some of the things that just like needed extra time to dry or blah, blah, blah. So I did 2 coats of Mod Podge on both of these styrofoam heads. These are going to be our heads for the doll prop girls. I did that just to help with texture and to seal the styrofoam a little bit so we don't lose a bunch of our paint through absorption. So these are ready to start painting. We're also going to sculpt some horns for them and style their wigs and put those on. And then the dolls should be basically finished. I also got up and spray painted our poles for the puppet apparatus. That's a sick band name, puppet apparatus. I call it no stealing it. We've got 1 red, 1 black, and 1 yellow, and you'll see why in just a little bit. So I've been putting a coat on that about every hour. We're getting really close to being ready to go with those. So I think the first thing I'm gonna jump into is working on getting these heads painted so they have time to dry. So let's mix up some colors that match the morph suits of our ladies. Okay, so all the like aesthetic bits are together now. So now what we need to do is attach our puppet poles so that we can make this whole thing work as one piece. We're gonna get the girls put them in some chairs, try to line these poles up, and then start assembling all of our Velcro straps and everything that will keep everything attached and together. Hello. All right, team, so here's what's shaken. I went a little off the grid for a while, trying to figure out how to make this work. I spent all last night and this morning trying to figure this out, and I've learned some things in the process. Y'all know I try to be very open here about the creative process and like show you both when something works out really great, but also when it doesn't. And this was one of those instances where I just didn't know until I did. And that's what a lot of the creative process is about. It's about learning, challenging yourself, and failing sometimes. And this method has definitely been a fail for me. What I've learned through this is that in order to do this kind of 3-body dancing puppet situation, you really need rigid bodies as the base. You need to construct them out of like cardboard or foam. If you notice, a lot of the ones that you see online, like the Dancing Santas or other ones that I've seen, really, they almost always have on very baggy clothes, and I'm like understanding now that this is to hide the actual like skeletons that are holding the bars in place. Unfortunately, with our ladies here, they're very soft. Every part of them is full of polyfill and is made of extremely stretchy fabric. So I got down to the second pole. I had the arms and the hips attached, and I tried it on to see how we were doing. And because the bodies are so soft and stretchy, they just kind of like were misshapen and stretching and collapsing in on themselves in weird ways. And also because I'm wider at my hips and things than the dolls, it was like stretching them out in ways that didn't look organic or natural. So that basically left me with 2 options. We could either keep going, put the rest of the bars on and see if maybe the distribution of weight fixes the issue, or change direction. And I sat with it because, you know, there are a million things we could do here. We could rebuild the bodies, try to find some way to anchor the poles to something through the center of the dolls. Sure, there are options of how we could move forward with this plan. But my fear is, I really like the way these came together, and I don't want to take the risk of ruining them if I have to cut fabric to attach things. Or like, I don't know if you can see from that distance, but we've already got, you know, some hot glue damage from where we had the hip poles attached and I removed them to try again, which I can fix that right now. But if we moved forward, there might just be irreparable damage to the dolls themselves, and I don't want to risk that. So I have another idea of how to use them that I'm actually really excited about. And I think even though it's going to be obviously not this, I still think it's going to be really cool. So I'm going to strip the poles from these ladies and fix some of the hot glue damage to their outfits, and then we're going to try something different. Y'all think that this is what Netflix was referring to when they made that show 3-Body Problem? Something I did learn through this process that I did not know before is that rubbing alcohol will get hot glue off of fabric. That has been extremely useful so far in this process. We have taken a complete 180. We've gone a different direction. Also, I'm realizing that this is the only place I can film this because this is so like big. But a lot of you have been asking about the living room, and there you go. There's a lot of it in the background right now. It's not finished, but a lot of you have been asking about what the status of the living room is. There you go. There it is. That is a project we're going to finish come this winter, but right now, this guy. I remembered that I had this structure. This is part of a portable dressing room that I had constructed back when I owned my boutique, and I remember that this was just sitting in my basement. And I thought, you know what, I bet we could do something with that. Specifically because when I was trying to think of how to like hold the girls, I thought, hey, I bet a piece of PVC would perfectly fit in there. And then when we attach the body, we could like run the pole up through the body into the head and it would hold everything upright. So I was messing with some ideas of how to make that logistically work when I thought, I still really want to have the Inferno room as part of this setup. So instead of a costume, we're kind of designing more of a like set piece right now. I don't know, just go with it. So what we're gonna do is build up the railing like in the movie. This is gonna become like a backdrop, just a black backdrop. And up there, we're going to make the Dante's Inferno room sign to go up above me and the girls that will be supported by, we're gonna add some extra supports in here and have little bases for them. And then with the railing, I'm going to make the sign that says like girls that goes under the railing there. And yeah, we're gonna have a portable Inferno room. Is this practical? No. Could you wear this to a party? Not really. Am I gonna do a sick photo shoot in it and be really excited that I made it? Yeah, so see you on the other side. Morning. Are you enjoying watching my state slowly devolve as we trudge our way through this video? So this is where I got last night. We got the fabric background glued on. I finished the Dante sign, which actually turned out pretty freaking cool considering it is made of trash from around my house. You can kind of see I've got paper clipped down here. I was testing size, but the actual girls sign is over here being painted. And when that's done, that's gonna go in here. I think I've probably got a couple more hours worth of work to do. We're gonna finish that sign and then we just gotta bring in the girls. Gotta attach them and then I think we'll be about ready to see this thing in action. Bye. Well, first of all, I think we can all agree that I've never looked better. I actually do feel super cute in this. I was kind of worried about the face paint. Marron can be kind of difficult to apply if you've ever tried it, you know? But I think it looks pretty cute. I might change it up just a little bit for next weekend, but overall, I like it. So, wowie, y'all, we took a journey. We took a journey all over the land. We started with puppets. We ended with something that is cool, but kind of looks like a Halloween window display in a mall in the 80s. Is this the project that I thought I was putting out for this video? Absolutely not. Is it my absolute favorite thing I've ever made? Also no. But I think for having to basically make a full 180 pivot at the end there, we ended up with something pretty cool. I did end up making the Dante sign detachable. It's just on there with Velcro loops on the like skeleton of the booth. Because if you don't know, if you're new here, I have a Beetlejuice themed guest room in my house, and I actually really like the way the Dante sign turned out, so I'm probably gonna pop that off of there and hang it in my Beetle suite. And I may end up using it as a prop for the Halloween party next weekend. I'm not sure yet. I could just go like this. This is very cute. It's very comfortable. I could definitely like spend a whole night dancing and doing stuff in it. I still think there is maybe a way to use these two girls, like either to, I don't know, Velcro them to my sides or something so that they get used, because they turned out really cute. I'm really proud of the face paint. I think it looks really nice for a styrofoam head. I am proud of like several separate elements of this, but sometimes you finish a project and all you can say is, I finished that. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of fun making all kinds of weird things. We do spooky and vintage year-round. And if you'd like to see more from me, I do have an Instagram, a Patreon, and a podcast called Ghouls Night In. That is a dark history spooky chat show with my best ghoul friend, Penny Snark. We've got a backlog of like 150 episodes, so you can definitely go just binge that if you're into that kind of thing. Thank you again so much to Rachel Maksy for collabing with me. Be sure to go check out her video on her channel. And thank you to Titan for sponsoring today's video. Remember, you can check out the link in the description box below for 30% off your order with code Midge Munster. I hope y'all are having a wonderful spooky season. Comment down below, let me know what you are going as for Halloween this year. I would love to know. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon, and until next time, keep it campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. Goodbye.